Me for the video Turner. Today I'm back with another video, and today I want to discuss something about Apple and Epic, and possibly Google. And the first thing that I do want to go over, sorry for not uploading. I kind of took a little break, just didn't feel like recording. So that's it. Well, I did record, but none of the videos were good. I gave up. Okay, so basically, what happened was that Apple or maybe Google basically don't like Epic because Epic did this thing for mobile where you basically can pay Epic directly, like, all the money and just not have to go through like the Apple or Google system, which is something that, Apple and Google did not like, And you may be saying, well, why couldn't they just, like, add 3% more? But then it's just gonna be unfair, right? So, like, for me, in Canada right now, it's $10 for what's it called? For V-Bucks, like, the cheapest. So, I'm pretty sure in USD it's like $7. So imagine that, like, I'm just gonna use Canadian, like, $10 as an example. So basically, they want to take 30%. 30% is a big percentage. Yeah, yes, you still have like 70%. But it's still a pretty big amount, especially when you're going up the scales of, gaming. Like, people make a lot of purchases in gaming. So basically, you can't even just raise the price that you have for each product. So, like, you say that you raise something that's $10 to $13, since that is 30%. You can't just do that, because then that makes the 3% that you're supposed to be paying even bigger. You can see how it's a loss for, just a loss. Take the L, essentially. Epic is taking the world's biggest L, like, because of that, on every other game developer, because they can't add more money on their product, because then Apple is just going to take more money. You see? If you add more, then Apple's going to take more. And it's the same thing with Google and all of that stuff. Now I'm going to go on to my opinion. In my opinion, Epic is in the right. Morally. Legally, they don't stand a chance. Since they filed lawsuits, to be honest, like, these lawsuits need to end quickly. The reason why that these lawsuits need to end quickly is that people's livelihoods are literally at risk. Like, it's like, if this was something like, it's a game in development and that they just don't want to do this and that they're thinking of adding a feature, and then Apple or like Google says, oh no, you can't, we're not gonna let you add this into our store, and yeah. So as you can see, immediately that's a big problem, right? Like, that's not it's not as big as a problem though, as it would be if you're playing like for a game that's already made. Because the thing is, there's this thing called content creators. I'm a content creator, and a lot of people are. You got Grant the Goat, you got Dougie the Gamer. These are some people that are content creators on, mobile Fortnite. And then you just don't just have that. You also have the pro mobile players, which then adds even more tension, because like, this game is not like Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars had one tournament, I'm pretty sure, like one tournament. Okay, that was like officially by Supercell. Still, it's called Brawl Stars World Championship. Sorry guys, my mom was talking a little bit loud. Okay, so basically, you see that not just the content creators, it's also the pro players. So like, one, that is a loss for not just Epic and not just Apple, but for people too, like normal people, normal content creators, like any like pro player or like any aspiring pro player which is on mobile. And then that also takes kids fun. And like, apparently the Tifu like versus face thing is still, here. And like, if something like that apparently is still here, Imagine how long something like a case against billion-dollar companies would be. Like, since billion-dollar companies, they would most likely have really good lawyers. Because they have really good lawyers, these good lawyers are just going to be fighting each other for so long, and it will be hard for them to find weaknesses. It's just big-time AIDS. Sorry, my mom's being a little bit loud again. She's not mad, she just sometimes goes, like, it's sometimes loud. Okay, so, as I just said, there's a lot of people that are gonna be that might be screwed over because their lawyers are also good. Like, they're most likely gonna have good lawyers, like I said before. But, there's also the enjoyment of these kids. Like, my little brother, he plays mobile. He plays on iPad, he gets 60 FPS. I'm jealous. And, he doesn't play mobile that much. But, like, there is a big thing. Now, if he decides to go on, he can't play. So, like, just see, like, it's not just ruining people's lives. It's also ruining, kids' fun. Like, not just 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 9-year-old, because those kids are kind of, they're a bit older. I'm meaning, like, young kids. Like, young. Like, I know that 9, 10, 12, they're still young kids. But, like, 5, 6, 7, 8, those kids just hop on for fun. No, I think I do have some friends. Yeah, I still have friends that play in mobile. Most likely playing on Android. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the thing with Android. Now, I don't think Android is gone, like, mobile for Android. Because, look at this. I don't think Fortnite was ever on the Android store. Like, ever. Because you install... I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you install, like... Okay, you have to install Fortnite, like... I've installed Fortnite on my phone before. Like, I tried screen recording my phone and then, like, spectating myself, but then that didn't work. Basically, yeah, you can download using a link. Like, all you need to do is go on your phone, type in fortnite.com, and then go select Android, and then it just says thing. It gives you a link, and then it shows you instructions on how to properly download it. Like, I've tried to do it before, and I've actually downloaded it before, and boom, worked. Like, not right now, like, not after, this thing happened, but, like, even, it's just a big L. Big L for, like, the people that don't know it. I don't know, though, if it is still there. And the most confusing part, though, about, maybe Epic may not be banned. Or, like, Fortnite may not be banned in, the Apple store, or whatever store that you got it from. But there's also this thing that Epic could possibly do instead of not doing these lawsuits. You can just make it so that you can just download it off of Fortnite.com and boom, you're good. Which is like immediately, something that's really easy. But then also it is, I'm pretty sure more people would download it if it was on the App Store, since if you don't know, most likely, like, most people, I don't think, would just, like, most people, I think, would search it up on the Google Play Store. Then, after, we're just like, okay, it's not here, so might as well not. Right? So, even if that, they're also taking it out. Since now Epic can't do it. Also, there is something to do with it, though. If you get it, like, they can just immediately directly pay themselves. Good as, like, it's clear. But, even if, Epic kind of gets out, they get out, they do good, or, like, they do it, all that. I said before, they're gonna be taking an L, and another reason why they're gonna be taking an L is that like, I'm pretty sure there's no phone on the market right now, or like that doesn't use Android or like iOS operating systems. Like, if there are, they're most likely knockoff phones, or just phones like, like, or that have manufacturers that actually aren't thing. Don't have, maybe contacts to get Android operating systems. Like, you most likely either have an Android or an iPhone. That, it's facts. And there may be an in between, but like, it's not that much. Like, it's not much. It's like really easy, and well, basically so easy to kind of do that. But there's only like, I think there's only like a couple ways Epic could actually win the lawsuit, and I'm kind of just going on a rant like some of my older videos. But the only way that Epic kind of brings like the lawsuit out is that they give this explanation, like it's basically like they're a monopoly, right? They're like, if you want to do something, you wanna make a game, you wanna just do anything. These small game developers, who have to spend like money on advertising, because their game, or they're not a really popular, they don't have like a they're not founded by like any famous person. They're new, and they don't have any good games that they've made that has gone viral, right? And then they're most likely gonna spend their money on ads, like marketing, all of that stuff. Then they also have to spend on like making the game actually. Like they have to buy like the proper stuff to make a game. They have to hire the right people. They have to make sure that they have the right people like prepared. Like they need a community manager, which I think Epic does not have right now. Then all of that stuff, they need to actually do that. They need to make sure that they have everything under control. Like they need to have, all the right staff and personnel, and just basically do that. If they're like a one-man team, it's just gonna be hard. And boom. So just imagine that, and then also, like, then you have to choose, like, you want this game to be a mobile game, since mobile games, like, most people do, like, more people have I'm pretty sure more people have a phone than people that have a PS4 and Xbox, and even, like, PC, like, an actual PC that can run some decent games, besides Roblox. And then, boom, like, literally, that is basically, you know, they have to spend the money. Okay, kind of getting off track, but then now they have no money, because essentially, at this point, they have no money, because they spent the money all on this sort of stuff, and that they actually do need this money that comes from their, game. So then, here comes Apple or Google or whatever, and they basically steal 30%, so they're taking 30% of my sales. So then that just makes, like, that, like, that just basically makes it, the kind of, gets bad. Right? Just listen to this. Money gets bigger the higher the amount it gets. So, like, say that, like, percentages kind of, like, they stay the same size. Like, the percent stays the same size. But the amount that percent is worth, it gets bigger depending if you change the thing that the percentage is on. So, like, if it's, 30% of all your sales, it depends on how many sales do you have. Do you have 10 million? Do you have 1 million? Do you have do you have $1 in sales? It changes depending on that. So, if I have, say, $1 million in sales, then most likely, let me just do the math, 300,000 most likely, I think, is, right, like, the money that they're going to be taken from. And imagine Epic. They're most likely making hundreds of millions of dollars from Fortnite, and then also Save the World. Then also the other games that they have, like Dauntless, that's a nice game. They have a lot of other stuff. stop. Like, they have a lot of other games that I actually do like. Okay. Then we have another thing. With this problem with Epic and Apple is that, you know, they need to make it quick. I've said this before, but they actually do need to make it quick. Fortnite, this also could be something that could actually end Fortnite. I know a lot of people don't think that, oh, this will end Fortnite, but it could though. It could maybe make Fortnite be the end. Like, it might be the end of Fortnite. And you're saying, well, why are you being kind of sad? The reason why is that, people might not be, they're not going to share free Fortnite, and it's not going to go quickly, and then these mobile players won't have anything. Because, it's Epic time. It's time Epic, it's the time where Epic needs us. But when we needed Epic, the Max, the times where there's nothing. There's actually nothing in the game, and that the game was kind of boring. Those times, Epic wasn't barely there. You didn't see Epic games, they took a patch note, just because of a black hole. Just some random, they added so much junk, that actually no one used. They had Max, they had Infinity Blade, they had airplanes, they had controller scrimmers on PC. That was basically aimbot. And, we complained, and then they buffed the controller. They barely did anything to the Mac. And, yeah, that's all they did. And, not just that, if, Epic somehow, wins this lawsuit and they come out victorious, doesn't mean that they come out victorious with their players. Because Epic, is actually, maybe after this, and they win, people are just gonna stop, playing Fortnite. Because, maybe if they ask for something, because, we've, said free Fortnite, because Epic, even if Epic did not listen to us during our times of need, and that could cause, people to boycott Epic, and for Epic just to be put in the dust, and basically Fortnite to die, because that is a big possibility. And for, a game, something like Warzone would reign superior, or Apex or something, or maybe even another game that has kind of the same, that's kind of the same style as Fortnite. That is a big possibility at the moment. It's a possibility, and it might happen. If you see this, if you, can kind of, what's it called? If you can think of all the possibilities, some possibilities that would happen, I think that could, that's a decently sized, that's a decent, that's a decent, that's decently, that could actually happen. There's no denying. There is a chance that is happening, or that will happen. And we're supposed to be optimistic, but all these good games such as Roblox, that game's decent. I know a lot of people don't like it, but yeah, it's a good game. It's just that the devs, it has a good concept basically. And then you also have something like these good games, except for Minecraft, are just they have bad companies, or companies that seem to be good, but then they just become a pain after a while, right? It's these companies, Roblox, Their like they used to be decent, somewhat decent during the early times. Same thing with Fortnite. Like Epic was like one of them. Like they were so good. They had the best communication, and then now they just stopped. Like if Minecraft was just stopped patch notes, like, and only email to people that have, like, they make a supported creator code, and then they only email, like, patch notes to people with the supported creator code, and it's basically like kind of the same system as Epic. Then boom, there's gonna be a bunch of outrage on for Minecraft. And like, look at League of Legends. That game, like, it's been here for 10 years and it's not dead. It's not dead. And I don't think League of Legends is ever gonna die. But they have such good miners. Like they talk to everyone that, like they're involved with, like, they're involving the community. Like they're being nice to the community. Like they're actually talking. Like, what's it called? Supercell, they got Brawl Stars. That's a nice game. That's what I started recording. Besides Grotopia, and that's one of the games I started recording. Like they actually, like, they have patch notes. They have they have they have updates so often. Like they're always making some sort of change, whether it's for the better or for the worse. But a change is a change. They're changing the game up, and yeah, sometimes Epic changes are not good. And yeah, I wish they were like Supercell, who actually do a lot of their games. But at least for something like, for a company like Supercell, they have actual standards. As opposed to Epic, I don't know if they do. And like Epic, I think that they're a decent company. I don't know, but they need to actually start putting care into Fortnite. They need to start caring once again, because your game is not gonna stay on the trend. Like, it's not gonna be the best game forever, and it's like not like the game that's been really popular right now. Like Fall Guys right now is so popular. Before that it was Minecraft, and then it was like, before that was Fortnite, then before that was PUBG, then before that was some other games. And then you had just had that kind of thing where those games, they were good. And yeah, kind of okay, I'm kind of veering off track, but yeah, Epic needs to start, one, listening to each other, two, try and maybe find a way to not use the Google Play Store or Apple's Play Store, App Store, or whatever they call it. And then two, listen to the community, please. Like, this is how your game is gonna be staying alive. I get that people will actually care though about their company. Like, if they don't listen, like Epic does not listen. And I think there's only one community. It's been like so clear that Epic's really stubborn. That's the Switch community. I'm not gonna go on a rant, but basically Epic does not want to help us at all. And yeah, that's kind of basically what I want to give. So, if there is like a will, there is a way. And if you guys want to change, please just email, like, just send a thing to Epic support, and then just make a video telling everyone else to do it. And there's something, since like Twitter is not working, so I might as well try that. Okay, that's all for me. I know this is a really long video. It's 24 minutes long. I understand. I don't know if you guys will like this video. I don't know if you guys will watch it till the end. Yeah. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, simply press the like button. I don't know if I'll find a sort of video, like some other topic to talk on, but I will. If this video hits 3 likes, maybe I'll do that. And if this video hits over 3 likes, or like just starts trending, I don't know. Okay, that's kind of all for me. Well, I'm out. Peace.